Don't get distracted from your actual enemy: rioting, looting, race baiting, victimization, self taught. Learned self victimization are just distractions. Come to you from Los Angeles, California, from a Latinx, registered Democrat. It's silly that I had to uh, get my credentials, Latinx, registered Democrat, Los Angeles, Marine Corps veteran. Oh, you're obviously brainwashed. To share my perspective, because if not, I'm a sellout who lives in Pacific Palisades, Santa Monica, Fairfax, and Melrose. That's what I'm surprised with all this happening, where all these people that never gave a shit. I think a lot of them still don't give a fuck about what goes on in the hood. Where the police will pull a gun on you for a traffic stop, or pull a gun on you for just looking suspicious. Yeah, there are good cops out there, I know, and people that know me know that I'm a big cop supporter. I'm cool with cops. If I could make a client list, it'd be cops, Navy SEALs, Marines, and attorneys, and other artistes. I'm trying to think, oh, should this be here? So, man, I knew you were racist, biased. No, not every cop. I know some fucking cops that I would gladly, would have loved to have seen gun in a fucking brick to their fucking head. I've seen cops, especially women, punk out, let people get fucked up, let businesses get robbed, fucking destroyed. This is before the coronavirus. So no, I'm not just a straight out all cops are good cops. Just like not all cops are bad cops. Um, I'm still seeing protests here. Third in spring, I think. I don't know if that protest is over, but I think that all these things are just distractions, man. The real enemies are like that bitch Gretchen Whitmer, that fucking piece of shit. What's our governor? No, not De Blasio, the mayor of New York. De Blasio, the governor of New York, Cuomo, and his brother, CNN piece of shit. It was supposedly at COVID-19, but he's out riding a bicycle, and some viewer actually finds him, puts it online. But yeah, to me, it's these protests. Um, oh, and I'll say that George Floyd was murdered, no doubt about that, murdered, and I don't think it should be third degree nor second. It should be first degree, because I think once you scrape under this layer of social justice paint, that, I'm guessing here, since the cop and George Floyd, since they work together, me just based off my life experience, you know, if Floyd was a cool motherfucker, they worked together in a nightclub. And when I worked in nightclubs, you make a lot of friends, and there's certain people that are more popular. You know why? Because of just their character. And I wonder if Chauvin was a motherfucker, because I've seen these motherfuckers where they're married, they're miserable, this other person's happy, and everyone likes them, and they hate on them. So that's just my guess. And finally catches him. I got a time. Now I got a time and place to legally kick your ass because of their insecurities. That's just my theory. Got no evidence on that. But if you worked along together, that's what I think happened. Finally, breaking the law. Fuck this motherfucker. David Dorn, I believe, is the retired detective's name, who got killed up trying to defend a pawn shop, his friend's pawn shop. Yeah, the governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, which I believe is America's enemy. She's the one that made it illegal to buy seeds for you to plant food. Everyone stay at home while her husband was trying to muscle his way to get his boat released to go to Memorial Day, to a lake on Memorial Day, and fuck off and get the boat ready for his wife and his wife's boyfriend. First she denied it, and then once there was a proof of an email, then she's like, well, it's just all a joke, misunderstanding. Fuck that. Piece of shit bitch. Cuomo, a murderer. Cuomo the butcher. I'm trying to think. Cuomo the grandma killer. The grandma strangler. Sending COVID-19 elderly patients back to nursing homes to infect more people. And that'll come to light. And his brother Cuomo, which we're CNN, again, just spreading hate and fear. Isn't it funny that, one day they're talking about social distancing, get away from me because the corona boogeyman will get you. What are you, an idiot? What are you, a Trump supporter? Trying to kill everyone? Is the economy worth more than lives? Stay home. And now it's these same reports will tell you, yeah, go out and protest. It's the just thing to do. It's right. And yeah, now it's like shoulder to shoulder protesters. Yeah, we recommend the mask, but if you can't have one, if it gets in your way of protesting or looting, do you, boo? Do you? And the protests are going around where I'm at. Different shit is happening around throughout the city. Not everything's being reported. And, my instinct, my training, my body is telling me, hey, go out there and defend the businesses. There's people getting beat up. But then the logical side of me is saying, No, you need to let the hammer fall. Let these people destroy what's out there, because it's not my business. That doesn't mean your problem isn't my problem. No, I'm saying this, I'm saying that. If these people, if these business owners are not going to stick up for themselves, obviously your business isn't worth much, or you have insurance. So let it burn. But yeah, I'm not gonna stick my neck out so they could bust out. It's got Marone Arbery, whatever the fuck that motherfucker was. That black piece of shit who was supposedly out jogging was looking for a place to burglarize and steal from. And then if I heard someone out there on the streets, I'd be like, well, he wasn't looting. He was just over there with his friend, and his friend told him, let's go get some Carl's Jr. or some McDonald's. And next thing you know, they were they were peacefully protesting, and they got caught up. This dumb piece of shit Spick, who was shot by police. I think the cops were going to I forget what business it was that was getting looted. They went, and the guy that they detained lifted his shirt up, and they saw a hammer, and they thought it was a gun, so they shot him and killed him. And again, look, you're in a hostile work environment right now where cops are being not just shot, they're being murdered. So, and you're out there past curfew on private property, or a store is being looted and robbed. Yeah, don't be surprised if you get pumped full of lead. That's not right, man. You see, we all deserve, we all have equal rights to loot. Loot and shoot. Yeah, that piece of shit's name is Governor Newsom. Cut funding for a VA, for a veteran home, and gave what, 700 million? Figure how many millions of dollars to illegals now for the COVID-19 relief fund. This Auntie Pelosi robbing the stimulus package by giving, I believe, $100 million to the Kennedy Center. So Pelosi's an enemy of the American people. Newsom, the mayor of Los Angeles, Garcetti, that piece of shit, I don't know how many hundreds of millions of dollars he's taken away from LAPD. But if you go to his home on, I think what's the name of that street? It's over there by the Brentwood area. He's got no less than 8 cops right now, no less than that, guarding his sidewalk and his entrance. Speaking with a cop the other day, and yesterday, the day before. And I told him, hey, dude, look, we're not all with Garcetti here. We're with you guys. That, this piece of shit, he threw you guys under the bus. Making the city less safer. And it's funny because I see these guys are hot bitches too. With the protest signs, Black Lives Matter, and I think, motherfucker, there's one burger joint that I like. I don't know what projects that is. What street is that? Hold on. Century. I think it's on Century. These projects. But anyways, I went to a burger joint there. It's locally owned. Gangster ass fucking place. Gangster. I only went there. I only went there, and I will only go there during daytime. That shit's fucking hood. But yeah, I don't know of any people from these places that supposedly care. West Hollywood, Fairfax, Melrose area. That's West LA, Santa Monica. Um, Huntington Beach. They're right currently right now. They're at a standoff. Pro and anti Black Lives Matter movement right there. And or some shit like that. Just some people say, hey, just get the fuck out of there because they're trying to run a business, run their way of life, and the looting is, the protesting is interrupting that. And it's not their mess. It's not their problem. And I could understand that too because, you know, I could go to certain parts of, let's see, New Zealand or Australia, Thailand, and your Black Lives Matter bullshit. It's not really gonna give a fuck. No one really gives a shit about that. Maybe you go to a certain part of Australia and be like, well, Aboriginal lives. Or go with the Kiwis, certain Islander lives. Or the poor in Thailand or in anywhere, right? There's people that, you know, just got dealt by the universe just a more, well, just bad cards in the deck of life. And but for people to be saying, no, it's about the polar bears in the North Pole. We gotta listen to me. Don't buy the Klondike bars. You know, just let me work, man. Yeah, but I think it's all distraction, man. I do believe that a lot of the shit is for Trump not to get reelected. Look at him, he caused riots. He's so insensitive. Shot tear gas, smoke grenades, rubber bullets at the reporters. You know, just protest peacefully, man. Oh, we see, because you're not black, that's why, man. I'm pretty sure they already burned down the police the police station where Chauvin worked at. Officer that piece of shit that murdered George Floyd in a cruel way. I think his daughter's now a millionaire, so that she has money now to go to school. No dad. She's proud of her dad. Was she 5 or 6 years old and said, Daddy changed the world. That's beautiful, beautiful and tragic. No doubt that he'll be. He's better than Rosa Parks, I believe, because he paid with his life. Yes, he was a criminal at the moment. Fuck. Possibly. I'm guessing he did know that was a fake ass 20. I'm guessing. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But and one reporter said that he did 5 years for armed robbery. But yeah, no doubt he was murdered, man. No doubt. Maybe give him an ass kicking, right? For using that fake 20 in a business that's locally owned that is going through a depression right now. Like how that fucking bitch, the fucking Prince Harry's or whatever the fuck, from the pedophile royal family. That bitch from LA, the new princess, Markle. It's so sad. It's I don't know what to say, but if I say nothing, that's wrong too. I'm thinking. I got more than a few nickels saved up, and I could afford to give Starbucks and a smoked cheddar turkey bacon sandwich to uh, chew them for a week and not be affected. Or I could use that money to save up for another rainy day, because rainier days are up ahead, up and coming. But you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna tell you, hey, feed the homeless, man. You're wrong, man. You can use your money, because I'm not using my own money for that. And when I think of Black Lives Matter, man, you know, I remember a few homeless people that black ones that would just recycle, mind their own business. You can tell that they got a loose screw in their head, but they're not fucking with you. They're not fucking yelling at you while you're ordering food or trying to con you or rob you in the parking lot. Um, and they're black, and I'm thinking, right, Black Lives Matter, man. What about this black dude that's homeless, that's sleeping at this bus stop? I can't go there. I can't. Um, these NFL motherfuckers, multimillionaires, that get paid to play with the ball. Um, I'll still watch the highlights of the Super Bowl. Still will. But who say, that could have been me? And I think, motherfucker, you probably stay over there where all the shit got burned down. Fairfax and Melrose, Santa Monica, Pasadena. I think that was Old Town Pasadena. Um, West Hollywood. We're just less crime now. Yeah, those are the real fucking enemies. And this is not a call for violence. YouTube, Facebook police, Facebook butt plug police. Um, just think about that come November, when all these mayors or whatever month, whatever the terms is up to get reelected. Fuck them, vote them out. They don't give a fuck about you. They let your business burn. They let the businesses you shop at burn. They're throwing the cops. The cops that protect you while you're asleep. Defunded them, a lot of them. And now there's talk about defunding all police. Try that out, man. Try it out. That's it for now, motherfuckers. Get after it. Go forward. Trump 2020. There are no easy days. Just days in which potential was not